So in this video, I'm going to break down why these massive businesses, monopolies like, Amazon and Google have become so big. This is the biggest reasons why, and how you can apply this to your business, whether you're at 0, whether you're at 10K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, this is going to apply to you as far as how to keep on growing. And it's this kind of like this philosophy, this principle that always stands true, but a lot of people are just so unaware of this. And so just simply gaining awareness of this will help you iterate and make progress and scale your business so much faster. So here's what it is. So if you think of like a business like Google, one of their like by far their biggest asset is data. They literally they store and they track all of your search history, your buying history, the Google App Store, all this stuff. They have all this data they've accumulated. And so they can simply, with all this data, they can predict human behavior now. All right, when you start typing a Google search in, they'll have all those other like search suggestions pop up. That's based on data. All right, they simply can predict your human behavior based on all the data they've accumulated of people like you, which is crazy. All right, which is freaking crazy, right? And that's like one of the biggest lessons here is data. Data is king. And so when you look at how to actually play the game of business, how you actually grow, like all it is on a very high level is you're doing a thing. All right, you're launching a lead gen system. You're trying to book calls. So you try this thing out. All right, you collect data from whatever you tried. You see, okay, well, the metrics are this, we got this conversion rate, this many people went through the funnel, this many people bought, et cetera, et cetera. And based on this data, you're making an iteration. All right, so you're iterating. Oh, okay, so based on this, we could actually increase this conversion rate here, and that should increase the amount of buyers that we get. All right, and you make an iteration. Then what do you do next? You do the thing again. Or you do the thing again, and you collect more data, and then you iterate once again. That's literally the game over and over again on a high level. Like that's how it works. And you apply this everywhere. And so these big businesses, this is what they apply like everywhere. So like with Amazon, for example, their whole entire, product pages, they have just an absurd amount of visitors over the past, 20 years or whatever. And they've collected so much data on when people click, click off the page, when they scroll, all this stuff. And so they know exactly what stimuli to put in front of you to convert you into a customer. All right, and so that's why Amazon, like one of the big reasons why Amazon's killing it, because they have that data based on what is the best like things they can put on their landing pages, their shopping pages to make you click buy. All right, they make it so simple where you can buy with one button now. All right, they figured that out. All right, they figured out what's the best way to position the title, the pictures, the descriptions, all this stuff, the customer reviews, all this stuff to help convert you into a customer. They have data. And they've simply iterated time and time again, and that is the game. All right, recently in my business, we made an iteration on our sales process, and what happened was our close rate actually skyrocketed quite a bit with this one iteration, which is pretty cool. Our close rate went up, I believe it's roughly like 60-70%. That's not the close rate, but that's how much it increased based on the pass rates. All right, so it's like a really big jump. And all we've been doing is, month by month, we've been, setting out a sales process, keeping it constant throughout the month, collecting data. Based on that data, we're making iteration and we're testing a new thing. All right, so we're putting variation into the system and collecting data time and time again. And with this, over time, you get the variables right. We get the combination right of what is the proper stimulus to put in front of people to get them to take the most action possible. And so now we've like really cracked it on the sales side of things. That led to that massive increase, a massive jump. And so variation is like the key to scaling. And if you look back at what am I trying to say? So like, what is a term for it? Natural selection. So like animals, like there's this picture on Google. It's like one of the most common ones that pops up of like a giraffe. Or there's like 3 different giraffes. All right, and they all have different lengths or like sizes of their necks. Like one has a really long neck, one has a really short neck, and one's in the middle. And then there's this tree branch where they're trying to eat their food or the leaves from, their food. And so only like the tallest giraffe can reach it. And so the tallest giraffe is getting all the nutrients, all the food. And so what happens? This is the giraffe that's most likely to survive, and as a result, most likely to reproduce. And so that trait of that giraffe is going to get passed down to the next generation, and they're basically able to scale that genotype of the giraffe, and that that type of genotype, that DNA will scale in the population. The same thing exists in business. So when you find that the proper stimulus, the proper iteration of your system, the one that works, that's what's going to unlock scale for you. When you find that combination that works, and the key is variation, the key is iteration based on data. All right, that is the key. Collect data, iterate, and that's how you find things out. Boom, lead to scale. And so look at this in everywhere in your business. Obviously, you can look at it in the lead generation side of things. You put up a certain post and you see it does really good, it goes viral. And so you obviously want to take note of that and create more content like that. You can inject that into your ads, into those headlines there, because hey, organically this converted really well. So let me put this stimuli that worked really well organically into my ad. And that usually works really well. And so it's all a game of data. You're just looking at, okay, what does the market say? What's the data we're getting back? And how can we reuse the winners and do less of the losers? Just time and time and time again. It's the longer you're in business, the more data you collect. So just being aware of this should really unlock a faster rate of improvement and scale in your business, just because you're aware of this now. And you can apply this elsewhere. You can apply this in your client success. So one thing I routinely do is I look at my best client results, my best students who are always hitting these record months, these big cases that you see of mine, and I'm looking at, okay, what is different that they're doing that the clients that don't do so well aren't doing? What is the difference here? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, these are the keys here. When they do 1, 2, and 3 activities, I know, okay, these are the keys here. This is the difference. And so if I can force all clients to do these 1, 2, 3 things, they're all going to tend to get these better results. And so I'm constantly analyzing what is the difference here based on the data. And I'm iterating my product and my service to force people to take those proper actions, get those iterations that get them the best results. So you can apply this literally everywhere. It works so well. All right, so I hope this concept really is becoming clear to you of data and iteration and the value of this. If you are an online coach and you want my one-on-one help to scale your coaching business, all right, we're usually at least 10 to 30K a month to your business. If you want that, click the link below. We'll give you all of our systems for lead gen, for our sales process, for everything A to Z to scale. So click the link below if you are interested. If not, thank you so much for watching. You're amazing. You're a legend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.